because that may interfere with whatever other policy decisions you may or may not make? The answer was no. Conduct the investigation. So we deployed several hundred FBI agents and personnel to Saudi Arabia, who conducted crime scene investigations, interviews, in conjunction with the Saudi Mubahith, which is their police force. It became very clear after a short period of time that the perpetrators of the attack were IRGC trained, planned, and funded. The attack only resulted, tragically, in the death of 19 Americans. 372 were wounded. The reason for that fortuity was the truck was placed perpendicular to Building 131, which was the Khobar barracks. Had it been placed in a parallel fashion, the whole building would have come down and several hundred people would have been killed. It became very apparent during the investigation that we needed to get direct access to the defendants, subjects who had been detained by the Saudis, 5 of whom were arrested in the immediate environment of the crime a short time afterwards. So our necessity was to get a very senior, i.e. the President or the Vice President of the United States, to make the request that FBI agents be allowed to conduct the interviews. So for a long period of time, we wrote talking points for the President, for the Vice President. They would meet with the Crown Prince or someone else from Saudi Arabia. And we always got back the response from the Saudis, well, they never made the request. And that became very apparent after a short period of time that that request was not being made. Other requests were being made, but not the one that was really critical for our investigation. And this was the period, as some of my colleagues have noted, where the rapprochement and the new moderate government appeared to be taking place. Government under which, by the way, all of these nuclear reactors were built. So I recall getting a phone call one morning from the Secretary of State